Welcome to the Jaguar Podcast, a show where we discuss all things related to Duval County's finest NFL football team, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Blue 42, set, what?
Duval, baby! Hey everybody, this is Andrew and welcome to episode 11 of the Jaguar Podcast. In this episode, I'm going to be doing a recap of the game between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. So let's jump into it. I was actually at this game in Jacksonville. It was a scorcher. It was really hot, almost 100 degrees. I practically felt like I was melting in the stands, but I had a great time. It was my first game at TIAA Bank Field. In person. I was actually sitting next to the cousin of right tackle Jawan Taylor and then his family. They were there supporting him. It was really awesome to see. We had a blast, and I was very impressed by Jawan Taylor's performance, in his first NFL game ever. So that was really exciting to see. Some of my initial thoughts on this game, the injury situation was just a disaster. We lost quarterback Nick Foles. He was hit after he threw a beautiful 40-yard touchdown pass to DJ Chark in the back corner of the end zone, was driven into the ground and essentially broke his clavicle. So he will not be back until week 8. He'll be on injured reserve. But the silver lining in this game really was the performance by second-string quarterback Gardner Minshew. He had an incredible game. He was 22 for 25, 275 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and unfortunately had 1 interception. No! But really wasn't his fault. Bounced off the hands of running back Leonard Fournette, so I can't really fault him for that. Our wide receiving core did really well. DJ Chark had a great game. He had 4 receptions for 146 yards, 1 touchdown. Chris Conley, he had 6 receptions for 97 yards, 1 touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, he had 5 receptions for 30 yards and 1 touchdown. Tight end James O'Shaughnessy, he had a pretty good game as well. He was 4 receptions for 32 yards. And then Leonard Fournette, our running back, he had 4 receptions for 28 yards. On the ground, Leonard Fournette, he had, 13 carries for 66 yards. Unfortunately, he had a fumble, and that wasn't good. I believe it was his first fumble of the season. But I wish I could have seen a little bit more production from him in this game, and hopefully we'll see more from him in the next game against the Texans. To kind of piggyback off of turnovers, that really killed us. In this game, we had 1 interception, bounced off the hands of Leonard Fournette. And then we had the fumble from Leonard Fournette as well. So that really killed us. Penalties also killed us. We had 10 penalties for 71 yards. We gave up almost 100 yards in penalties, and a lot of them were really stupid penalties. Like, Ronnie Harrison had one. Taven Bryan, I believe, was like offsides. I'm really kind of up to here with Taven Bryan. I mean, I feel like he has a few more games to show himself. And then I say, put Dontavius Russell in there, get him some reps. Linebacker Miles Jack, he ended up getting ejected from the game. He tried to punch wide receiver Demarcus Robinson. Idiot. And then he was essentially acting like a child trying to run back into the game after we paid him all this money for his contract extension. It was really disappointing. So was not good. The defensive play was terrible. Our defense looked really bad. I give them an F. I mean, they did not do a good job in this game. Our secondary, Jalen Ramsey and AJ Bouye did not play well. If Jalen Ramsey wants a Brinks truck, he needs to start playing like he deserves one, because he was not playing well. Did not do a good job at covering Tyreek Hill. AJ Bouye did, not do a good job as well. He whiffed on a couple tackles. He was trying to tackle Sammy Watkins on one play, essentially, got a hold of him and was trying to drive him out of bounds and couldn't even drive him out of bounds. It was pretty pathetic. So it was not a good performance by the defense. Lots of injuries on the defensive side of the ball. Yannick Ngakoue had a hamstring injury, so he will not be playing in the next game against the Houston Texans. Calais Campbell, he hurt his foot, defensive end Calais Campbell, so he'll be questionable for the next game. Linebacker Quincy Williams hurt his knee. You know, it was just crazy. I mean, it was a bit of a show, to be honest. I mean, it was like a clown show almost. We had like defensive players running into each other. I mean, it was just ridiculous. You know, we just can't stay healthy as a team. Injuries has just been killing us. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's deja vu from the 2018 season when we had all of our offensive line getting injured. It's just we can't stay healthy, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the training staff. I mean, at one point we had so many defensive players injured in this game. I thought we were going to start pulling people out of the stands to play defense, you know, for some of our positions. It was just ridiculous. But, you know, I would say we stuck in this game. You know, the wide receiving core, I thought, did a great job. Gardner Minshew did a great job. It's really good to see that we have depth at the wide receiver position. It was something I was very concerned about, you know, in the preseason and the start of this season. But I feel like, you know, we're in a good spot there. I'm hoping we can play better defense for the next game against the Texans, because this definitely wasn't Jacksonville. It was a really bad performance. So, you know, let me know how you feel about this game. Leave a comment on the podcast episode or the YouTube video. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.
Let me get that. JYD coming up with the big sack. Quarterbacks beware, we on the prowl. Game day night, you could hear it in our growl. Intimidation on to keep their hearts racing. Eating other teams live on TV front of the nation. Spectacular defensive scheme.
This episode is available on the Jaguar Podcast YouTube channel. So if you stop by, make sure to subscribe and give this video a like. Also, these episodes are available on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and other major podcast distributors as well. So if you don't mind, please leave me a review and some feedback. I'd really appreciate that. If you'd like to connect with me on social media, my Twitter handle is @JagwarPodcast. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. This is Andrew signing off. Cheers.